you. Welcome, friends and family. Thank you so much for being here. Our students are working really hard writing, and our teachers are working really hard teaching them writing skills. So we're really proud of our students today. And without further ado, let's give it up for our Authors Rally authors. It's all part of the show. Let's give it up for our authors. Very good. First authors today we're going in order from kindergarten, first, second, third, and fourth grade. And the kindergarten students wrote memories about memories and summertime. So please welcome Vasilia Kypriotakis.
Summer is fun because I get to go to the beach with my family. Thank you.
Have her read that again so we can see your face. You want to read it again? See your face? Do it again. We couldn't see you. Can you see her now? Okay, do it one more time.
Summer is fun because I get to go to the beach with my family. Thank you.
All right, our next author today is Samuel Laws.
Summer is fun because I get to go to camp. Thank you.
And then you can go right off and sing this chord. Okay? Here you go, guys. So all right. Okay. In Mrs. Galloway's class, our next author is Logan File.
Dear Miss Galloway, thank you for teaching math. I ate your food at 2. Have a nice summer. See you next year. Love you. Thank you.
Awesome. Hang on, our next author is Monroe Blanks.
When you go to kindergarten, you will learn plus 200 plus 200. Miss Galloway is the best because she lets us shop in her bed. But if you take them out, they want to go right back in the shop. And you want that back. Thank you.
When Monroe was writing that, I could hear your voice, Mrs. Galloway. If you take your toys out, they're going to go right back in the box, he said. Okay, and our next author is from Miss Kaplan's class, and her students wrote about their year in first grade. Please welcome Corey Ramsey.
This weekend in first grade was awesome. They learned about time and get the best teacher, Miss Kaplan. And we get sack time. The thing Miss Kaplan did is make funny voices when she reads Jamie B. Jones books. His best part in first grade was you get to read Do Being Counts. Look out for second grade. I'm coming now ready. Thank you.
All right, our next author is Liberty Jones.
My weekend was great. In first grade, you will do calendar and learn how to read. The funniest thing Miss Kaplan did was call me a stinker. The best part of first grade is hanging out with Miss Kaplan. Look out, second grade. I am coming for you. Thank you.
Our next author, you can take that. Our next author is Malik McCadden Braggs.
My year in first grade was good. In first grade, you will do math until time. The best part of first grade was being with my friends. Look out, second grade. I am coming and I am ready. Thank you.
Okay, in Mrs. Luffy's class, the students wrote about the best thing their teacher taught them in first grade. Please welcome Carter Livingstone.
Miss Luffy taught me how to tell time so I didn't miss school, baseball, or the bus. I am good at telling time. Thank you.
Our next author is Lila Fields.
The best thing Mrs. Luffy taught me, subtraction, reading, taught me to be a good listener. Thank you.
Our next author is Malachi McCadden Braggs.
Thank you for helping me.
Fair enough, Mrs. Luffy, but thank you for helping me. And in Mrs. McMahon's class, students wrote about their favorite thing they learned in first grade. Please welcome Evan Polk.
The best thing my teacher taught me The best thing I learned from Mrs. McMahon was how to read. I liked it when we made turkey fact families. I will miss first grade. Thank you.
Our next author is Robert Kellick.
The best thing I learned from Mrs. McMahon this year was geometry and math class. It's about all sorts of shapes. I'm excited for second grade but I'll miss my teacher in my classroom. Thank you. There we go.
The students in Mrs. Wentrobel's class read about wild stories in their reading series, and they decided to use their creative writing strategies to write a wild story of their own. Our first author wrote about a boy named Johnny and a wild pencil, among other things. Please welcome Macy Queter.
Everything goes wild after school. One day, there was a little boy named Johnny. It was a normal afternoon at school. Then when it was the end of the day, he put his pencil, eraser, and everything he needed for the next day inside his desk. After everyone left the school, the pencils, erasers, crayons, books, and everything inside his desk started a party all around the room and messed up everything. The next day, Johnny and everyone came back. Johnny noticed that his desk was unorganized and that he couldn't find his pencil, his eraser, or books. And Johnny had to go get a drink. His pencil, eraser, and books went in the position they were in the day before. After he came back, he was really confused. Then his teacher came over and she was confused too. "What's going on?" said the teacher. Johnny shrugged. At that moment, when Johnny was telling the teacher, he set his pencil down. Then when he came back and his pencil was gone, he glanced over to the door and he found his pencil walking out. Then he rushed down the hallway and caught his pencil. Then everyone lived happily ever after. Thank you.
Our next author wrote about, next you're going to hear about some wild toys. Please welcome Srijin Kundu.
The toys are alive. When I got home and opened the door, everything was dark. When I went to my room, the toys were alive. I ran and ran until I went to the phone. I dialed 911, no answer. So I called the army, no answer. I mean, what's up with these people? Then I got an idea. I'll go to my garage and get a hammer, a baseball bat, and some fall paper to make armor so Teddy Star doesn't eat me. But then I know who to call, and it was my best friend Jim. He made this hammer that can fight for itself like a war machine. So he came to my house, he brought his hammer, and then the hammer won. Yay, victory.
Okay, in Dr. King's class, they completed a science unit on the life of a butterfly. To add a creative and fun extension to the unit, students were asked to complete a creative writing assignment based on the prompt, "If I were a butterfly."
Yes.
Our first author wrote that he would start a family and settle down if he were a butterfly, as well as visit South McKeesport. Please welcome Wen Ho.
My name is Wen, and the title of my writing is If I Were a Butterfly. If I were a butterfly, I would have beautiful patterns on my wings. I would also have colorful wings. I would be a kind of bag. I would have an abdomen, wings, proboscis, flaps, head, and antenna. I would be a red spotted purple butterfly. I would go to Canada if I migrate. I would go to Marrouville if I am ready to lay eggs. I would go to South McGeesport when I want to visit somewhere else. I would flap my wings when I'm happy. I would find a hole in the tree when I'm cold. When I'm hot, I would fly to a cooler place. I'd see many people and cars if I went to a city. I would see many students and teachers if I landed near the school. I would meet other butterflies if I landed where the other butterflies lived. I would see beautiful trees when I'm on the plant. Then I would settle down, lay eggs, and start a family. The end.
Our next author is he wrote a little bit about being an alien butterfly. Please welcome Josiah Gordon.
If I were a butterfly, I would look red, orange, black, brown, and a little green. I would look like this because I would be an alien butterfly. I would go to the other side of the alien planet where there are volcanoes. I would live in a mystic forest with lots of creatures. Speaking of creatures, I would have a few friends like Cutter the Antennas. Once I got to the volcanoes, I would find information about the aliens that lived on that side of the planet. I might make some friends. I would see lots of things. I would see volcanoes, aliens, and a new barren side of the planet. I would meet Rocket the Break Crab. We would play all day till nighttime. Tomorrow would be fun too. I would play with Cutter and make a fort, then I would make Rocket to knock the fort down. It would be fun. The end.
Our last author in this class is going to Hollywood, if she were a butterfly. Please welcome Kaylee Morrow.
I would go to Hollywood so I could see other butterflies. What I do in Hollywood is fly through the air and get nectar from plants. I would also land on people and I would go meet famous people. I would meet some authors and some movie stars. I would also stay nice and calm. I would see tall, small, and medium buildings. I would see Poland, then when I'm done with my trip, I'll be grown up and be a butterfly. I would lay my egg and start a new life cycle. Thank you.
An ever-evolving show, as you can see. So our next group is from 3rd grade in Mrs. Bendorf's class. And the students in Mrs. Bendorf's class have a little advice for the future 3rd graders. Listen carefully, 2nd grade. Please welcome Kendall Carpenter.
You'll love 3rd grade because the teachers are nice to everybody. How to be an awesome 3rd grader. You are supposed to be nice to others. I want you to know math is a hard one. Tips on how to behave. Listen to the teacher. Try to be nice. Do not yell at people. Do not be a bully. Thank you.
Our next author is Kaylee Seaman.
Future third grade. I love third grade because teachers let you play games like cool math. Only sometimes I let you. I want you to know the math is not too hard for us third graders, but it might be hard for you. How to be an awesome third grader. Number 1, listen to what the teacher says. Number 2, don't tattle on people only if they hurt you. Tips on how to behave. Number 1, pay attention and try to ignore your table buddies talking to you. Number 2, listen to the teacher even if you don't want to do what she tells you.
In Mrs. Zavatsky's class, they also wrote advice for future third graders. Please welcome Anthony Conwell.
Hello, future third graders. You'll love third grade because we do an all-star job. If you get picked, you get coupons. Also a star student. Get picked, hang out pictures for a week. I want you to know, we did ice cream facts. Finish a packet, get something. Also recorder, we learned songs. How to be an awesome third grader. Don't talk in the hallway. Do what the teacher tells you to do. Tips on how to behave. Don't talk when someone is talking. Don't talk to the person next to you. Thank you.
Our next author is Lucas Fields.
Hello, future third graders. You'll love third grade because the teachers are nice. You get to do a lot of science projects like chemical reactions. I want you to know you get a lot of homework like math and sometimes spelling. You get to play recorders and music. How to be an awesome third grader. Don't talk when the teacher's talking. Tips on how to behave. Be quiet in line. Don't talk back to the adult. Thank you.
The fourth graders have been reading about narrative writing. This kind of writing tells a story. One kind of story is a fairy tale. A fairy tale can involve princes and princesses and castles and magic. The theme is often good versus evil, and characters always live happily ever after. Here are some fairy tales written by fourth graders. Please welcome Jaden Lewis.
Once upon a time, there were 3 little unicorns. Their father said they were too old to be living with him, so he went to Rainbow Village. They were where they could make their own houses and live on their own. When the unicorns got to Rainbow Village, they started making their houses. The first unicorn purchased cloth from a flying turtle to build his house with. Then the big bad dragon came to walk by the unicorn's house, and he said, "Boy, am I hungry." When he looked inside the house, he saw the unicorn. He yelled, "Unicorn, unicorn, let me in." The unicorn replied, "Not by the mane on my necky neck." After that, the dragon huffed and puffed and put the unicorn's house up in flames, and he ate that unicorn. Next, the second unicorn bought wood from a flying tiger to build his house. Then the big red dragon happened to walk by again, and he was still pretty hungry. When the dragon looked at the unicorn's house, he said, "The design of this house looks a lot like the other unicorn." He looked inside and saw the unicorn. The dragon marched up to the door and demanded, "Unicorn, unicorn, let me in." The unicorn shouted back, "Not by the mane on my necky neck." After the dragon heard that, he huffed and puffed and set the wooden house up in flames and ate that unicorn. Meanwhile, the third unicorn bought concrete from the flying bunny to build his house. When he finished building, the dragon walked by and looked at the house and walked up and said, "It looks a lot like the last unicorn." And he looked in, and it was. The dragon came to the door and exclaimed, "Unicorn, unicorn, let me in." "Not by the mane of my necky neck, the unicorn said. Big bad dragon huffed and puffed and tried to put the house up in flames, but it didn't work, because concrete is not flammable. The unicorn got cold, so he lit a fire in his fireplace, just as the dragon tried to fly down the chimney. When he got down there, the unicorn had himself a big meal. Thank you.
Please welcome Ayana Jenkins.
Once upon a time, there were two houses in a forest. One was a dark and gloomy mansion. Next to it was a young girl named Jill who lived in a small, tiny house. The next day, Jill sat on a chair on the balcony. She saw beautiful flowers in her neighbor's garden. She wondered who lived there. The flowers were going. She was very curious and she wanted more. She snuck into her neighbor's garden and stole some. The person inside the house watched her. It was the witch that lived inside the house. She became furious when she saw the girl steal her magical flowers that glowed. She got so mad she turned those flowers into a human. With her magical powers, it was able to work. She ended up making a handsome teenager who had black hair and a casual outfit. The witch commanded him to guard her flowers and watch out the window for her neighbor. The next morning, Jill went into the witch's garden again. The handsome man saw her steal the flowers. He fell in love with her, but he couldn't go with her when the witch was watching her. So he went outside and scared Jill and kicked her out of the garden. She put the flowers down and went back to her house. The handsome man snuck out later and introduced himself. Soon they fell in love. The witch noticed in the window and she said, "When he gets back, he will regret it." That night he came back. The witch asked, "Where have you been?" He replied, "Nowhere at all." The witch zapped her finger, and before he knew it, he was a spider, a small, tiny spider. She told him, "You will be a spider until I die." The next morning, the young girl looked for him, but he was so small she couldn't see him. She asked the witch if she had seen him. She replied with a smirk on her face, "I have no idea." The girl realized that the witch had turned him into a spider. The next day, Jill tricked the witch into coming to her house. Once there, she took her into the kitchen. Jill pointed to the witch's flowers and said, "Look." The witch looked away from Jill, and at that moment, the girl kicked the witch into the oven. That was the end of the witch. The man turned back into his old self, and Jill named him Kevin. They got married, and they had 3 children, and lived happily ever after. Thank you.
Our next author is Elijah Fisher.
Once upon a time, there was a boy named Kyle. He loved magic. His idol Harry had just passed away, and he was really sad. To cheer him up, his mother Katie took him to buy Harry's journal. When they got the journal, they could not return it because every employee was scared of the book. You'll see why. When they got home, Kyle opened the journal, and the first page said, "Caution." Kyle thought, "Psh, whatever." He flipped it. He flipped and flipped and flipped, and invisible curses started coming out. He thought, "What have I done?" He took the book to the garbage dumpster and said, Close one. But it didn't turn out the way you expected it to be. The thief poked out of the woods and grabbed it from inside the dumpster. Kyle said, "You stop right now." The thief said, "You are foolish. Do you think I will listen to you?" Ha! The boy then called all and got the book. Later he captured all curses and met someone. It was Harry Houdini. He said, "I'll grant you one wish." Kyle said, "I will," and whooshed away. And Kyle lived happily ever after. The end.
Our next author is Anthony Nelko.
Once upon a time, there was a boy named Robin who made mistakes all the time. Robin said the sky is going to fall to his leader Batman. Robin gets scared. One day, Robin was right. The sky did fall because a piece of the sky fell right into his bedroom. A little person named Bane came for the piece of the sky. He got lost from his mom and dad, Mr. and Mrs. Bane. When they noticed that Bane was gone, they sent everyone they knew to find the sun. Robin and his leader Batman had to get Bane back to his mom and dad before they destroyed the planet. Mr. and Mrs. Bane got Bane back. They left the planet and Earth was safe. They all lived happily ever after. Thank you.
The students, when they're finished reading, get a little certificate from Evergreen Elementary School that says this is to certify that the student has been awarded this certificate for participating in the Authors Rally on this first day of June 2017. So fourth graders, I will give you yours after the show, okay? All right, please welcome Rukmani Asarash.
Once upon a time, there was a girl whose name was Little Lily. She was very beautiful. She lived in a nice, pretty house. Everybody loved her, but there was a bird who loved her the most. Little Lily loved the bird, but she loved her cat the most. One day, when the witch heard about this, she became mad because the girl was prettier than her. So she went to Little Lily's house and stole her cat while Little Lily was in the kitchen. When Lily came back, her cat was gone. When she asked the bird what happened, the bird said the witch took the cat. Lily went to the witch's house and opened the door. The witch wasn't there, so she went inside and heard the cat make a noise. And there was a cat. Lily ran to the cat and kissed it. The cat licked her right back. Lily and the cat jumped out of the window and started walking. Before they made it home, the witch called to come back. Lily turned around and saw the witch. Lily slowly walked back and went up to her face. Ha ha ha, said the witch. She got out of her evil one and put her in a cage. Help, Little Lily yelled, but the bird heard her cries and went to the witch's house. She saw Little Lily and the cat in the cage. The bird leaped at it in some places, walking nearby the cat. Help, the bird cried out. What happened? Asked the prince. They told him everything. The prince came from the window. When she saw Little Lily, they fell in love because she was very pretty. Then he saw the evil woman laying on the table by the window. He took the water and walked the cage. The girl fell in love and got married and lived happily ever after. The end.
Our next author is Caden Gibson.
Once upon a time, there was a very poor young boy named Max. He loved sports, but when he played them, he would always break something. When he played football, he would run into trash cans. When he played baseball, he would hit a ball into a window. He did all these things accidentally. One day, he hit a ball into a window, and it was the witch who came out. The witch came out and looked at Max oddly. And Mary Sargent said, "Pray. The witch has been paying her why? She cursed Max so he could not play sports again. Then the witch just disappeared. And Max just shrugged, not knowing Max then yelled, "Play ball." Then it was Max's turn to swim. He swung, but he was 3 times in a row. Right then he realized what the person had done to him, and he quit the game and went right to the witch's house. When he saw the witch, he felt very bad. The witch's house had bugs in it, and the building was about to collapse. He went upstairs. He saw the witch and yelled, "May you please encourage me?" The witch looked at him and ran. Max ran after her and felt a despair in her heart. He saw the witch crying. Max said, "It's okay, witch." Then the witch felt that someone cared about her once in her life and then she treated him better. After
One of let me see, I'm so sorry. Okay. The students in Mrs. Bowser's class were writing about moving on to the next grade. These fourth graders are reminiscing about Evergreen and their time here. Please welcome Sarah Gendy.
The best things about school is the last day of school. It is a day of fun. We have a lot of fun outside. One thing our school has is ESL and Miss Bowser to help. We have specials: art, health, science, reading and language arts, math and social studies too. We celebrate holidays and honor people. The teachers, Miss Koswick, Miss Ritter, and Miss Hartman, are our fourth grade teachers. Our principal, Mr. Mateo, is a kind man who works for the school. I'm going to miss this place, but I'm looking forward to go to a new school. Thank you.
Our next author is Jasmine Peterson.
I have a lot of great memories from Evergreen. I came here in second grade and had Miss McMahon as my teacher. My favorite memory that year was when I met Miss McMahon and when her children visited the classroom. Third grade was awesome because Miss Sabatsky taught us many things. My favorite was when she showed us Go Blue. We had a lot of fun dancing and laughing in her classroom. In fourth grade, we got to switch classes. My favorite subject was learning science and social studies. Everything was awesome. I will miss it a lot. Thank you.
Our next author is Balaji Vardarajan.
Evergreen Elementary has given me a lot of precious memories. My favorite memory in kindergarten was having my first fun day with Miss Bella. In first grade, I learned the sound of games. Dr. Chutton, well, like this, TION. Second grade was really cool because I had a pizza party with Dr. King, her mom, and my whole class. It was delicious. In third grade, Miss Navatsky played Go Noodle, and everybody danced. We all looked so silly and funny, especially Miss Navatsky. My last year at Evergreen was great. The whole school got to go on a trip to the Carnegie Science Center. It was so much fun. I will miss every teacher and all the students here at Evergreen.
So our next author and I both love watching movies, especially movies with superheroes. Please listen as Tommy Braggs gives you a recommendation for your summer movie watching. Please welcome Tommy Braggs.
In case you're looking for a movie to watch this summer, I suggest the movie Captain America Civil War. It's about superheroes. They're fighting against each other because they're not getting along. My favorite Avenger is Black Panther. I like this superhero because he's athletic. He has sharp nails like a real panther to defend himself. When his father died, Black Panther wanted to get revenge. If you want to know what happens, I suggest you watch the movie Captain America Civil War. Thank you.
Our last two fourth graders are sharing what they wrote in the Gentlemen's Club, run by Mr. Taylor. Please welcome Merkabib Tuktmaradov.
I was in the bus and someone spilled their water on the seat. I did the right thing and helped the person clean up. I showed respect to the bus driver for taking us to school and home, so I helped the person. It was kind of my responsibility because I was 2 seats away. When I was at school, I told the bus driver, Mr. Rob, what happened.
I did the right thing telling the bus driver, and he respected that. Thank you.
And our last author today is Manuel Mendez.
An example of a time being respectful is when I follow the directions. If you are respectful, other people will respect you. And hence, it is important to be respectful. If you are responsible, your life will be easier because you don't get in trouble. For example, I'm responsible when I do my homework. You show responsibility. Hence, it is important to be responsible. Doing the right thing is another important thing. An example of doing the right thing is to do not borrow before paying. Hence, it is very important to do the right thing. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. All of our students, remember to keep writing all summer long in a journal. You can write poems or stories, and we'll see you again in August. Parents, if authors are the kids, they will stay up on stage. They're going to come back up so you can get photos. And let's give one more round of applause for our authors.